Hello, welcome. Tanks, one of the vehicles of all time. For Challenger, for Cromwell, why is this tank such a chonker? Oh no, why is this tank invading Poland? But today, we're here to play Sprocket. In this game, you take these chonkers and then you drive them. Seems simple, but it's not. So today, we're going to be looking at a beginner's view of the game. Let's begin. When you load into the sandbox, you're met with this, a box, a set of instructions, and ambitions to conquer a neighbouring nation. But how do tanks work? Well, according to ChatGPT, tank drive systems typically consist of two separate motors, the movement of one side of the vehicle. These motors controlled independently, allowing for differential steering. By varying the speed and direction of the side's motor, the vehicle can be steered and moved in different ways. Now what does that mean? But do you know tanks don't have steering wheels? Instead they have these sticks, so I'm pretty sure this means if you pull the right stick, go right, pull the left stick, goes left. Yeah! Seems simple, probably isn't, but here we are. And so I got to work. I decided I would make a small tank because I am a very, very small man. So I gave the tank one crew to do absolutely everything. Fiddled with the shape of the tank, made it kind of look like Wall-E, and messed with the engine. We'll get back to that later. Then I went with this. These are the mandatory things for the tank. I already have some of these, so I just needed a mantle to hold the gun, and a driver and gun sight so they can, see. I was about as useful as shark with teeth, or a YouTuber without depression. Anyway, there are loads of different things you can change about your tank, like armour and general shape, but I thought I'd keep it simple, at least for now. You do also have to put ammo in your tank, which I didn't know, and then after all this work, it didn't start.
This is because I had one crew member doing some of the things he's meant to, but not all of them. So after getting him to do all his jobs properly,
it finally ran. I don't know how to name tanks in this game, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to call it Ben. That stands for brilliant, except not. Let me explain. The tank I've made, sure, it can take a few shells and sure, it kind of fires well, but it lacks in one key area. It's useless. Like the enemies could take 100 shells, and Ben was to come out worse. It's also really slow. Now this might be because I accidentally only gave it 4 cylinders instead of required 8, but what can you do? Anyway, Ben's our child, and like any good father, I'll have to get him built. I think it has a I will love it no matter what. So here we are, in a scenario. There are 9 of these scenarios, but to be honest, the only one's worth playing at Ambush and Crossroads, which, let's be honest, Railway, Tier, Dune, and Fields are just kind of feel the tank on either side of them. No tanks allowed on the signboard, just kind of 5-minute drives to death, and defense is just a bit sad. Like, all I did in defense was spend the entire time going uphill, and then died to someone who I couldn't even see, who is 5 miles over a hill. Anyway, in Ambush and Crossroads, you're presented with the enemies from the get-go, and at least have a sliver of hope of getting to of not just dying. In these games you might do such things as shoot back, and maybe even get killed. But in the first battle we have to get to this checkpoint while being attacked by enemies. I'm pretty sure this isn't possible, because I only managed to get 1 kill before dying. By the way, when you die you get put in one of these other tanks, and so that basically means I got through an entire convoy of tanks and only got 1 kill.
So what am I going to need for this? I'm going to need to make my tank smaller, or bigger. Yes. Right. I need to add more hatches. Right, ready. Is that? I think there's one up there.
I tried it again and this time made the tanks thick.
It's a girthy boy. Right, where are they? Come on.
Clearly too thick, because yet again I got absolutely swamped by the entire team. Then I thought I'd try No Tanks Land. Now this game really kind of reminds me of Hell Let Loose. In fact, I spent most of the time getting to where the enemies were meant to be, and then got killed as soon as I put my head above the hill. So yeah, it's really bad. No matter, in the next game I had to cross this desert while shooting absolutely anything that moved. This didn't go too well, especially when I saw this tank and thought, yep, I'm gonna shoot that. And then, yeah.
Why isn't it? There you go. That should.
But our poor, innocent little Bell is still being beaten by the stronger tanks. So I decided to give him more armor, and then, as if by magic, got a victory. Finally, I'd beaten a literal computer, and was definitely not carried by an entire enemy team the entire match. So what do I think of the game? Well, it's not a game for if you really want a vehicle combat game, it's more just for if you like designing stuff, I guess. Anyway, moving on. Announcement time. Are you sad and alone? Have you never touched grass? Are you chronically on your
What?
computer? Well, you're right. Your boy's gone and got himself a Discord server. Join it. Join it now. I'll be on it most days. Come look at means. Talk with your fellow aviation enthusiasts, and maybe even have a real conversation.
Penis.
This server is Pog.
Join us now.
On a serious note, though, come and join the server. I'll be on it most days, so feel free to pop in, have a chat. If I ever hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to start doing weekly videos where I just kind of talk to you a lot, maybe look at some memes, you know, that kind of thing. Alright, goodbye.